And of course, we are very close to .NET 8. This November is coming out, so that's moving along fast and furious. All right, again, this is the architecture of our application, and you can see that we also have unit tests, and we have integration tests, and we have full system acceptance tests. So we need to run those 3 different test suites in our testing pyramid in our pipeline. And a little bit more detail on the overview of the process that John showed is our detailed DevOps architecture. By the way, this is only the first top third of the full-size poster that you can see here on the screen. It's really meant to be a 2-foot by 3-foot printed poster. You can print it off at a print shop for your team. I'm going to go back just the top third. If you would like a high-resolution version, PDF of this entire DevOps architecture poster, just ask Melanie in the chat, or after the fact, just email us or contact us in some form or fashion, and we'll make sure you have it. But this is the integration of Azure Pipelines and Octopus Deploy. And you can see that we have our source control, and all these different callouts are what you need to make sure is enabled at every one of these stages. And so if we pop over to the continuous integration build, the output of the continuous integration build is packages, and we need to store those packages somewhere. And if you're in an application and you don't have any full system testing at all, then this next step isn't as important. But I do encourage you to have full system tests, because full system tests have to be run against a fully deployed instance of your application. And so while for just deploying, sending the packages to the NuGet server inside Octopus Deploy works brilliantly. When you have full system tests, you need to store the package that contains your tests for that version of the application in some other package storage solution. Azure Artifacts works brilliantly inside Azure Pipelines, and so that's kind of what we have here. But either way, you're gonna package up all of your deployable parts of your release candidate. Once we get into the actual deployment, by the way, you need at least three environments. You're never going to have a DevOps pipeline with fewer than 3 environments, because there's 3 distinct types of environments. You have your production, you need at least 1. A lot of people have more than 1 production environment. If you segment customers and you have, multiple, like Salesforce.com has almost a dozen production environments just because of the volume of customers, and they segment it that way. You need at least 1 production environment. Pulling back from that is our manual test environment. You need at least 1 of those. Again, many teams choose to have more than 1 manual test environment if you have different groups that need an environment to be able to test, but we need to do some manual testing. So you need at least 1 of those. And there's so many names for a manual test environment: UAT, test, stage, DIT, SIT, all kinds of, even teams that choose to have a development environment. If it's for manual testing, it's for manual testing. Pulling back from that, we need to have an environment for automated testing. Otherwise, you can't really run your full system tests. And we encourage you to have full system tests. Okay. And so we're gonna show how Azure Pipelines integrates with Octopus Deploy, so you have a full view of your entire pipeline.